What's up, y'all? Good afternoon. Today's Thursday, and I am walking back from the store. My mother-in-law gave me a ride up there, and I thought she was going to bring me back home, but she was in a rush, so I told her to go ahead and I'll walk back, try to walk out this pain in my back. Is not super bad today. It's still at a 5. It hasn't moved. So I'm hoping this walk will kind of help stretch it out. Ooh, it's dark. It isn't hurting while I'm walking. That's a good thing, though. And, my new Puma shoes sure do feel comfortable walking in them. They're perfect walking. Feel like perfect walking and running type of shoe. They're super soft. I really like how they feel, really comfortable. So I don't mind walking in these. Only thing is my legs are hurting. I think it's because I haven't been very active since my back has been hurting. And I don't walk much. But I did plan on trying to do a little bit of my yoga today. And see how I feel, if that's going to help with the pain or not. So yeah, and it's an okay day. It's kind of cold, but it's not super cold. It's like, I don't know, last time I looked, I think it was like 47, 47, 48, something like that. So it's not too cold out, and then walking is warming me up. But yeah, I just wanted to come on and talk to y'all while I was walking because I was bored.
Yeah. Not yet, because he's doing my shoulders and stuff. I'll let him know you asked, though. Yeah,
Joshua probably isn't going to come out at all today. Ooh, hold on, y'all. Alright, but yeah, Joshua probably isn't going to be coming outside today. Oh, because yesterday, let me tell y'all, he comes home and he's like, I got something to tell you. You might get mad, you might not.
I'm like, okay. So he started talking about his day and what happened today, what he did, at the bus stop and at school. So when he was talking about the bus stop, hold on, y'all, let me walk in here and sit this down. Okay, so.
Oh, it's better this way. Yeah, so we had found out that, well, first of all, he told me when he was at the bus stop that a guy had walked up to him with some CDs and was like, handed them the CDs and was like, listen to my CD, played it on his phone or whatever. And I was like, okay, well, y'all shouldn't have been talking to a stranger in the first place. Y'all should have told him no thanks. So after that, he said something else. I can't really remember. But to make a long story short, he told me, I said, well, none of what you told me was nothing that's going to get me mad. So, what is it you're leaving out? And he said, it has to do with going to school or getting to school, something like that. And I said, what happened, Josh? You missed the bus? He says, yeah. I was like, okay, so why you didn't come home? Your dad is still there because, Elijah doesn't go to school till late. Steve doesn't leave until almost 8 o'clock, sometimes after 8. Joshua has to be to the bus at 7:20. So, he said that his friend was at the bus and missed the bus too. He said a different name, some name I never heard, that their mom or grandma or someone was going to gave them a ride. And I said, well, still you should have came home and let us know what's going on. Let him go his way. You come home because, if anything was to happen, we wouldn't know where you were, what happened, had y'all gotten into a car accident and been in the hospital, I would have been here waiting on you to get home from the bus, wondering why you're not home, calling the school, going off on them like, my kid's bus ain't came yet, he ain't home, whoop, 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 because I didn't know that y'all got a ride and got to this car accident. Anything could have happened. I said, you don't ever do that. You come home, and then, or you could at least call. All kids got cell phones nowadays. And he had one on him too, so he could have called, but he didn't, because this is what he wanted to do. So I had called Steve at work, let him know what was up. And when Steve got home, he questioned him about it. And come to find out, Joshua lied to me. He said that he ended up telling Steve he walked to school. Now, obviously, if they're catching a bus to school, their school is not close. Walking probably took them probably 2.5 hours or longer. That's how far away it is walking. Driving, it'll take us about 10 minutes, 10 to 15, maybe not even 15. But walking is a very long ways. And he ended up walking. And I couldn't believe it. I was like, what, y'all could have got hit in the street. Anything could have happened, and he doesn't seem to understand why he's in trouble for doing it, and, all this stuff. And it's just like, gosh, kids are something else. Then to top it off, wait, hold on again, y'all, hold on. All right. Then to top it off, Elijah yesterday had told us that he was getting teased on the bus, and the kids they said, Mom, I got something, Elijah was like, I got something to tell you. And the kids on the bus were talking about you. And, they were basically saying your mama jokes, and I was trying to explain to him, they ain't doing that teasing you, trying to get under your skin. Don't pay them any attention. But it really hurt his feelings, and he didn't get the joke being like, he's 8, so he was upset about it. So Steve took him to school and talked to the principal and let him know. The principal said he was going to talk to the kids. But come to find out, Elijah had got on trouble on the bus too. And this is why the kids had started doing that, because Elijah was agitating them. And Steve then went up there, trying to defend him and thinking he was being good and all that stuff, and he wasn't. So yesterday, I think the teacher called and told him, she was having some trouble with Elijah. He wasn't listening, yada yada. We check his dojo. I checked his dojo. A dojo is like a little report app that we can download on our phone, and it shows his activity all day long. What he's doing at certain times. He gets red points if he's doing bad, green if he's doing good. And it was almost all red except for 2 greens. So he got in big trouble yesterday, and he tells the teacher, I keep getting in trouble or whatever, I can't behave, something he said, because I have ADD. I was like, he said what? I'm like, oh my God, like, Elijah, because he's heard us, of course, say it, and he's heard, Steve talk to his teacher about him having ADD and all that stuff. So now he's thinking in his head that he can use it as an excuse. And I had to explain to him, like, that's not something you can use as an excuse, because hold on, yeah, I was saying that's not nothing that you can use in an excuse when you're getting into trouble because you're doing something wrong. That's your actions. It wasn't your ADD that was doing that. You knew she was telling you multiple times to stop, to listen, to sit down, and all that has, you can't use that as an excuse. So, no. So, yeah, they're both currently in trouble. Nobody will have an electronics. Usually we don't give them electronics until the weekend. But we had gave them a little break and was letting them use it after school, after homework and chores were done. So none of that. No computer, no tablets. He's lucky I'm letting him play with toys. I was watching a new vlog channel I just started watching called Simply, I think BTS, and their kids had gotten in trouble in school too, and they had saran wrap their toy box, so they couldn't get into it. And I wish Elijah had a toy box that I could saran wrap. They are in a box since we're moving, but it's just not taped up, and maybe I should tape it up so he wouldn't have.
No toys, you won't have anything to play with either. But yeah, it's just, it's really, really hard raising the kids and then also being not in our own home, and just, I don't know how to explain it, but it's just kind of hard disciplining them the correct way we want to. We're trying our best.
I don't know, it's just hard parenting. It's hard being a parent of especially 4 kids. 3 of them are teenagers, and we're just going through it a little bit right now. Like, ugh, y'all, can y'all just please give us a break, honey? Whew. So yeah, 2 are on punishment and 2 are on the way. Nene and Stevie, if they don't get their act together either. But I got them in there doing chores right now, and I'm gonna have them do some more stuff after that. Steve has been reading them the Bible every night before they go to bed. They're sitting down and having Bible studies, so that's good.
Try to keep them grounded, then get them to the library, get them some more books to read and all the good stuff, so yeah. But yeah.
Alright, y'all, that was it. I just had to vent a little bit about that because I'm just a little bit stressed out, Sometimes you feel like you're just not doing the right thing as a parent. Like, where did I go wrong? But it's like, it's really hard nowadays with society and the kids out here, that they go to school with, and they're listening to the rap music and they're cussing on the bus and doing all this stuff at an early age, at 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. They're talking like grown-ups. So, hold on.
He was like, "What you recording?" I said, "I recorded a video," and he turned around looking at the top of the house. He thinks I'm pointing and recording the house. I know I'm recording me. My neighbor across the street, where the flag is.
But yeah, I'm just gonna pray on it and just keep trying to do the best that I can do with these kids. So yeah, I just had to come on and vent a little bit about that, stressing out a little bit. But yeah, so alright, you guys, thanks for watching and listening to me vent. And I'll talk to y'all later. Please remember to subscribe and click the thumbs up button.